like, you got to do this now. Like, this is going to be, you know, this is your ship to run. Like, you got to do this. You're the mom. And I don't know, like, I kept going back to just, like, you've never done this before. Like, how the hell are you going to be able to do this? And my boys are already set in their ways. So how am I going to get them to, like, come back to be, like, how they were before all this happened?
There's a lot going on, it sounds like, with your husband going to jail, your kids acting up, you're changing jobs, you're changing lifestyle overall.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about the #1 thing you'd like to change right now?
Okay, well, you already know I want my husband back, but that's not possible. So the #1 change I would want would be, I want to be a more confident mom. I want to know that, I just want to be a more confident mom, that I'm able to not want to hide when there's conflict, that I want to, like, just stand up and just be calm, like, not yell at him, but I want to be able to, like, run my household like the superstars on Oprah. I want to be Oprah's star.
I see. It sounds like you definitely know what you want. That's confidence.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, I've always wanted to be like that. Even before my husband went to jail, you know, I was always just like the wallflower or the trophy wife. When we'd go to the foundations or the fundraisers and all the dinners, I would just dress all pretty and grab my $5,000 handbag, and out the door we'd go, and I would just stand in the background the entire time while they just, you know, shot the shit. And I'd giggle with all the other girls that did absolutely nothing. And then I always kind of I'd watch Oprah, and I'd just be like, God, you know, I could be doing so much. We have all this money, and I have all this time to actually, like, do a nonprofit something. But I guess I just never explored that until now I'm kind of forced to.
I wonder what a first step could be with everything that's going on.
I think I would like to bring my sons in sometime, because I think if they could start talking out their feelings, and I don't know if they can come to you, but if they could start just, because they won't talk to me. They're so angry at me, and maybe it's because I didn't say no to their father when he started. Maybe they kind of deep down think that I should have had the influence on him and said, give the money back, and not just start spending like crazy. I don't know, but they're so angry they won't listen to me. So I think if we could all just sit down and start talking out those feelings, that maybe I could just hear what's going on in their head.
You described to me a little bit about what you'd like to change in your sons. What would you like your relationship to look like them on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, I'm not ignorant. I know that they're not going to come home from school and we're going to sit on the couch and have some carrot sticks and talk about girls. But I would really like to know in my heart that they know they can come to me. So if they're having a tough time with this, I want them to know that I'm strong enough to take it now. Because I know they hear me crying at night, which breaks my heart.
You really worry about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I mean, they're my babies. They're big babies, but they'll always be my babies. And I guess I don't want them protecting me. I'm the protector now.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, I just, I feel like they're so closed off because they know how much I'm suffering and how, like, I think they see me as weak, which I am. I have. I've absolutely crumbled. For 37 days, I don't think there's been probably 3 hours that I haven't cried. And so why would a kid come up and tell me how much they're hurting when I'm already crying? So I feel like if I can just suck it up a little bit, control my own emotions, and be more available to my children, then I'm being the protective one for them. Like, I'm the grown-up, I'll take care of them. and not vice versa. I don't want to have that story where they had to grow up too fast because, you know, mom was a basket case. And I think I can do it. I really do. And people on Oprah do. I do. I can do it. I mean, if she was not there, I'd call her right now. I got a lot to say.
I agree.
Yeah, I got a good story.
You work very hard.
Mm-hmm. Good story.
So you're saying everything you've said kind of sounds like there's been a lot of changes in your relationships and in your job with your boys and everything. How do all these changes affect your everyday basic routines?
Well, like our whole life is different now. I mean, we have one bathroom, not 5. So getting ready in the morning with, I mean, the one boy's gone, but I mean, it's still just ridiculous. Trying to eat in a small kitchen is pathetic, and we're always stressed out, and then I have to get ready for work now. That's something I've never had to do.
Is waking up a positive thing?
No. Every single time I wake up, I'm just like, oh, here we go again. I hate waking up. I wish I never had to face it every single day. I have to face it like all over again.
How do you cope with that every day? Something you have to do every day?
Yeah. Like I said, I've just been doing a lot of crying. Maybe I have to join a church again. Just start a different community. Just start hugging people or something so I don't feel so alone.
Can you tell me more about church?
Well, I used to go to church a lot, and then my husband's not a huge church fan, so we just kind of, he likes to pray, just doesn't like the whole structure of church and doesn't think you get a lot out of it by going to church, and that just kind of like pulled me away from it, and so now we don't really go just because we haven't gone for 15 years that much.
Do you have close relationships in the church?
Not anymore. I mean, I'm sure everybody's moved on. Some of the people, like the nuns, are probably there, but I don't know if they'll remember me.
Could you tell me a little bit about your support systems that you actually have?
Well, my parents live in Arizona because that's like, it's their retirement age, and all my other brothers are back in their home state. So I don't really have a lot of people. We have like close friends that we did high functioning things with, but they kind of all walked away from us when we lost our money.
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit more about that next time. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Which you could make an appointment at the front desk, but thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Longest 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah, I know. I thought of that now, that I give people the 5-minute warning, but unless you are looking at the